This study examined the placebo effect on muscular strength and endurance. A placebo is a favorable effect occurring due to an individual's belief that they have received an advantageous treatment. Research has described two different types of placebo. Inert placebos are substances that do not have any physiological action, while active placebos are substances that do have a physiological response, but that response is not specific to the condition it is administered in. The effectiveness of a placebo is dependent on the individual's belief that the substance is beneficial. Following one study, 97% of participants believe that the placebo can exert a positive influence on their sporting performance, while 73% of those participants also claim to have experienced the placebo effect themselves. The first study to examine the placebo effect in sport was conducted in 1972. This study observed strength gains in weightlifters. The placebo they administered was believed to have been an anabolic steroid, and they found a significant increase over baseline levels following the use of placebo. Since this study, much more research has been conducted in the area of the placebo effect in sports. This study examined the hypothesis that the use of the placebo will increase muscular strength and endurance, while after the discovery of the placebo, performance will return to near baseline levels. 15 college-age men participated in this study. Prior to commencement, participants signed informed consent and medical history forms. Each of the participants were required to have been training upper and lower body strength for a minimum of 6 months prior to the beginning of training, and also had not consumed an ergogenic aid for the last 4 months. A within-subjects design was utilized for this study, and in order to minimize the learning effect, participants were familiarized with each testing procedure of a 1 RM, 1 rep max bench press, 1 rep max squats, and maximum repetitions of bench press at 80% 1 RM, and max repetitions of squats at 80% 1 RM. Sugar tablets were used in this study as a placebo and were disguised as a powerful amino acid. From this figure you can see it describes the methods which were used. The first session was a familiarization session where informed consent forms were signed, along with practice of 1 RM bench press, 1 RM leg press, and 80% max reps at 80%. Participants were also given a 3-day food diary to be completed before baseline testing. Following this, baseline testing occurred where demographic information was gathered, along with individuals' 1 RM bench press and squats, along with max reps at 80% for both of these as well. The participants were then given the supplement and told that it was a powerful amino acid at work. They were also given a 3-day food diary to complete this time as well. Trial 1 occurred after that, where 1 RM bench press, where the process was repeated for 1 RM bench press and squats, along with 80% reps at max reps for both of these as well. 3-day food diaries were handed in, and a second diary was given. Following the testing, participants were also told that the supplement did not actually work, and it had no effect on muscular strength or endurance. Participants then returned for a second trial where 1 RM bench press and squats were recorded again, along with max reps, and 3-day food diaries were handed in. In order to analyze the data collected, descriptive statistics were found for all variables and then were examined using one-way ANOVA. The significance level was 0.05 and all data was examined using Microsoft Excel. From this study, no significant difference was found in the nutritional information which was collected throughout the testing. No significant difference occurred in the 1 RM bench press or squat in trial 1 or 2 compared to baseline. And also no significant difference occurred in the maximum number of repetitions at 80% 1 RM bench press or squat. However, there were minor increases between baseline and trial 1. This table outlines the information of the changes that occurred between baseline trial 1 and trial 2 through each training condition. The 1 RM max and max reps at 80% increased slightly following placebo consumption. However, increases were not significant. Following the deception being revealed prior to trial 2, 1 RM decreased slightly, while reps at 80% remained similar to trial 1. There was no significant difference in nutritional intake throughout testing, therefore any changes in strength and endurance may not be due to nutritional differences. These results differ to those found by the study in 1972. They found a significant difference between testing phase and baseline, with a strength gain of approximately 9.6% for bench press. This may be due to the perceived strength of the placebo. Their study used an anabolic steroid placebo compared to the amino acid compound which was used in this study. However, neither study collected information on participant perception, therefore we cannot be sure if the idea of how the placebo worked caused this difference. Many studies have been conducted which had similar methodology to the one used in this study. One such study observed significant increases over baseline following the first experimental trial, and following the second trial, when some groups were aware of the placebo, their performance decreased to near baseline levels. A second study, with similar methodology, also observed significant increases in the first experimental trial, and performance returned to baseline following the placebo being revealed prior to the second trial. These differences may be due to the perception of the substance consumed, as individuals will generally experience symptoms which are expected with the substance they believe they have ingested. The difference in participant demographics may have also affected results, as there is research supporting the claim that the individual's training status may affect the strength a placebo has on an individual. Limitations of this research include the examination of a participant's perception of the placebo. For example, if they believe they have consumed an anabolic steroid, it may have a higher effect on strength gains than if they believe it is just a normal supplement. The strength of different placebos, along with the difference between trained and untrained athletes, as trained athletes may have smaller gains than untrained athletes when given a placebo. The use of a placebo does not significantly affect muscular strength or endurance. Therefore, due to the minimal increases which occurred, this method may be beneficial prior to competition, where any amount of strength gain may be the difference between winning and losing a competition. This research may also help trainers and coaches when choosing a placebo or whether to use normal supplementation, as if a placebo is not going to give any larger strength gains than the supplement, it may not be worth using the placebo. Here are the references used for this presentation. Thank you.